हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आप सभी का फिर से एक बार स्वागत है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल में जिसका नाम है कॉमर्स ट्रेजर। तो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं इनकम टैक्स के एक इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक डिडक्शन के ऊपर कुछ MCQs। तो चलिए फ्रेंड्स, बिना टाइम वेस्ट किए चलते हैं और MCQs को सॉल्व करते हैं। सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मेनी हेड्स ऑफ इनकम डू वी हैव एज पर इनकम टैक्स एक्ट। सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज वी हैव 5 heads. So what are those heads? Income from salary, income from house property, income from business or profession, income from capital gain, and income from other sources. Right? The next question is deductions are specified under which chapter of Income Tax Act? So you have 4 options: chapter 4th A, 5th A, 6th A, and 7th A. So it is under chapter 6th A of Income Tax Act. All the deductions from section 80C to 80U. The next question is deductions under section 80C to 80U are given from. So it is given from net total income or gross total income, net salary, none of the above. So you know that first we add all the incomes, then we get gross total income. From gross total income, when we deduct all the deductions from 80C to 80U, then finally we get net income or net total income or net taxable income. So the answer will be gross total income. The next question is again a very simple question. What is the maximum amount of deductions provided under section 80C? So under section 80C, how much we get presently? We get presently 1,50,000 rupees. Earlier it was 1 lakh rupees, now it is 1,50,000 rupees under section 80C. So what all are included in section 80C? In 80C mainly we have the deductions in respect of certain payments and certain savings which we do for our investment purpose. The next question is which of the following is eligible for deduction under section 80C? So under section 80C, whether private tuition fees, development fees, donation or admission fees, which is eligible? Only admission fees is eligible. Private tuition fees are not eligible. If you are paying any development fees, it is not eligible. If you are paying any donation, this is also not eligible. Only admission fees, that too it should be in India, and that too it should be a full-time course for maximum 2 children. If there are more than 2 children, it is not eligible. Only up to maximum 2 children we can apply for 80C admission fees. The next question is contribution to which provident fund does not qualify under section 80C? So 80C we usually contribute to lot of different funds. We contribute to statutory provident fund which is eligible, recognized provident fund RPF which is eligible, public provident fund which is also eligible, unrecognized provident fund is not eligible. So if I ask which of the following does not qualify, so you have to say unrecognized provident fund does not qualify for 80C. Hope it is clear to you. So the next question is which of the following does not qualify for under section 80C? Repayment of housing loan, yes, definitely it gets qualified. Subscription to NSC, NSC stands for National Savings Certificate, so definitely it also gets qualified. Contribution to ULIP, ULIP stands for Unit Linked Insurance Plans, so Unit Linked Insurance Plans are also qualified. Interest on house loan is not qualified because interest on house loan we give it under income from house property under section 24. Do you remember? So we give it over there, not in this particular 80C. So the right answer is interest on house loan does not get qualified for your 80C. The next question is life insurance premium paid towards insurance policy for dash does not qualifies for 80C. Now 80C, when we see, we usually go for life insurance premium which is eligible and which you can claim for few peoples. Whom you can claim for self, you can claim for your own, you can claim for your spouse, it may be husband or wife, you can claim for your child, right? But you cannot claim for your mother. So mother, father, parents, brother, sister, all these persons you cannot claim LIP or life insurance premium under 80C. Child, if it is a major child or a minor child, dependent child or an independent child, or if it is a married child or unmarried child, it is okay, you can claim. But for apart from self, spouse and child, you cannot claim for any other persons. The next question is deduction under section 80D is allowed for payment of. So which of the following See, 80D, D stands for D stands for diseases, or D stands for doctor. So doctor, then it is related to medical. So medical insurance premium is the right answer. Life insurance premium, it is under 80C. Medical treatment of diseases, it is under 80DDB. Okay. In case of tuition fees, it is under 80C. So the right answer is medical insurance premium under 80D. The next question is deduction under section 80C is allowed for. 80C, as I said, it is a very important question. So for whom it is allowed? For individuals, definitely it is allowed. For HUF, definitely it is allowed. Companies, it is not allowed. So what will be your answer? Your answer will be both A and B. So 80C is allowed for individuals as well as Hindu undivided family. The next question is interest on loan taken for higher education under section 80E. So how you have to remember? E stands for education. So EE, education, 80E stands for loan on education. Shall be available for a maximum of how many consecutive assessment year? So 80E, it is applicable for how many years? It is applicable for 8 years. Now here you can take loan either for your own, that is either individual can take loan for himself or he can take loan for his relatives, right? So you can take loan for yourself or relatives, and you can take deduction in terms of interest on loan, whatever interest you are paying on education loan for how many years? For 8 consecutive years. So right answer is 8. The next question is deduction in respect of medical treatment of specified disease is allowed under section. Now as I said, how you have to remember? 80C is for contribution to payments and savings. 80CCD is again for your pension fund. 80DD, DD is nothing but dependent disabled, any dependent disabled who is dependent on you, so it goes for 80DD. DDB, so DDB, how you have to remember? Dangerous bimaris, right? So you can remember as dangerous bimaris. So bimari is nothing but disease, so disease under section 80DDB. The next question is maximum amount allowed as deduction under section 80DD for severe disability is. Now what is this DD? As I said, DD stands for disabled dependent. It is nothing but if you are making any payments on treatment of a dependent disabled. Dependent disabled means a person who is dependent on you. The person may be your brother, sister, father, mother, spouse, children, anything. So if he is dependent on you and if he has severe disability, then what is the total amount? What is the maximum amount? So maximum amount in this case will be 1,25,000 rupees if it is a normal disability. Normal disability means if the disability is from 40% up to how much? Up to 80%. So it is, if it is from 40 to 80%, then it is called as a normal disability, and at that time you have to go for 75,000 as your deduction. But if it is a severe disability, that is 80% plus. If it is 80% plus, then you have to go for 1,25,000, or you can get 1,25,000 as your maximum deduction. Next question is deduction under section 80EEB is allowed for. Now 80EEB is a new one, a new concept which is introduced last year in your budget. So what does 80EEB refers to? See, interest on housing loan, it does not qualify under 80EEB, it is under 80EE. Interest on car loan, we do not have any provision for this. Interest on education loan, it is under section 80E, which we discussed few questions back, right? And interest paid on electric vehicle loan. So now 80EEB, what you can remember, it is nothing but interest paid on electric vehicle loan. So this is the right answer for this option, interest paid on electric vehicle loan for 80EEB. Now the last question for today's video is which of the following is not a condition under section 80EE? Now 80EE is nothing but you get deduction if you are paying any interest on residential house which you have purchased. So which of the following is not a condition? The assessee should own only one house, definitely this is a condition. The value of the house should not exceed rupees 50 lakh, it is also a condition which you have to fulfill. The loan should be taken from bank or housing finance company, definitely it is again a condition. Maximum amount of loan sanctioned does not exceed 75 lakh, this is wrong, right? So what the condition says, maximum amount of loan section should not exceed how many lakhs? It should not exceed 35 lakhs, right? The answer is 35, not 75 lakhs. Right. So friends, this was all about today's video where we studied about important MCQs on deduction part of income tax. If you like the video, please like my channel, please subscribe my channel, and please share it with your friends so that I can bring you more of such MCQs and we'll solve it together in a simple way. Thank you friends.